Hi, it's me back again, Joe from Joe's Tech Bits. I wanted to show you what I just received in the mail the other day. I originally had, or I still have, an M2 Mac Mini Pro desktop PC, but I was fascinated by all the hype with the M4 model, especially M4 Pro, and I saw a fairly good price on Amazon, so I figured I might as well upgrade. I got my M2 about 2 years ago, I think, and it does everything I could ever want to do, but knowing me, I always like to be on the leading edge of things, so I got a hold of the Mac Mini. So in this video, I will show you my experiences, and maybe they'll help you out if you're going to do something, use the migration tool or whatever that you can do, Time Machine backup. It might help you if you watch my video and see what I've gone through, and maybe it'll help you save some time. So here we go. We're going from M2 Mac Mini Pro to M4 Mac Mini Pro. Hi, this is Joe from Joe's Tech Bits. And guess what I got in the mail today? I have a Mac Mini M2 Pro that I've been working with for about 2 years now, but I've been fascinated by the new M4 Mac Mini Pro. So it so happened that Amazon had a good price on them. I decided to order one. So mine showed up today. So I'm going to just unbox it and show you how the unboxing goes. There's my Craftsman box cutter. It seems like box opening is a ritual in the videos, so I figured it's a one-time shot. I might as well do it. And whether I use it in the video or not, I like to show you the opening of the box, and then I will do future videos to add on to show you how I migrate from my M2 Mac to my M4 Mac and set up the M4. So here goes. Hopefully I won't cut myself. But this thing's sharp. Sharper than my penknife, anyhow. I'm going to close this so I don't accidentally cut myself. So this came from Amazon, and it's got its own box. So we'll put this down. And now here's a second box, if I could figure out how to open this one. There's a pull tab, it looks like, on here. So I guess that opens, and voila, a Mac Mini. This is the M4 Mac Mini Pro, and I ordered it with the 24 gigabyte RAM and 512 gigabyte hard drive, or SSD. So, as usual, Apple usually has very nice packaging. See if I could get it out of the box. So a little lip there. There it goes. So So we don't need this again. And there it is, the Mac Mini. And it's an Apple. And what usually happens is on the bottom there's two pull strips. And you just pull these to open it. There we go. That opens the box. And here it is. Boy, it's pretty heavy considering it's just a very small package. I think it's 5 by 5 by about 1.5 inches, 2 inches high. And this has all the ports on the back, and it has a couple Type-C ports on the front and a headphone jack and an on and off indicator light. And there's the famous on-off switch underneath, which a lot of people are complaining about. So I'm not going to pull the paper off of here just yet. Well, let me do it. Let's see if we can do it here. There's the end piece. Pull that around, and that comes off there. And then there's another piece on the bottom. And there's some sort of instructions or something on the bottom there. I'll have to read that later. I'm not sure what that is, but sure, it's not anything I need. So there it is. There's my Mac Mini. And the only other thing in the box is the power cord. And it's just a straight power cord. The one thing I like about the Mac Mini compared to a lot of the Windows Mini PCs, this has its own power supply built in. You don't have to have a big brick that plugs into the wall to power this thing. It's just one simple cord, and it plugs into the wall, and everything else will just plug in as you need it for the display, for the Ethernet, and any USBs you need. So that's the unboxing, and I will do another video when I get this all ready to go to show you how to migrate the data. Hi, I'm back with my Mac Mini, and this is my M2 Pro Mac Mini. Guess you could call it my older one. And I wanted to show you how I'm going to migrate the data from my old machine to my new machine. And I'm going to be using a tool that comes with the Mac OS. It's called Time Machine. So if you see here up in the top, there's an icon that we can open Time Machine settings. And here is the latest backup I did with Time Machine at 11:19 a.m. today. And I have it set up with a 512 gigabyte SSD just for Time Machine. That's the only thing it's there for. And it usually backs up once a day if I'm on automatically, or sometimes I'll just force it to back up if I think it needs it. But what I'd like to do is just do that right now. And before you do any setting up of your new machine, you should have the latest backup of your Time Machine. So let's just back it up again, make sure we have the latest one. And this shouldn't take too long because I just did it at 11:19. And there it goes. It's just zipping through the backups. Probably not much to back up. And that looks like it did it. And it says 11:36 a.m., I believe. So we'll take it. I'm going to close this and I'll show you again in Time Machine all the backups that are out there from Time Machine on that SSD. Goes back to December of 2024. I'm not sure if it deletes some of the older ones and rewrites new ones. I haven't had a chance to check into that. Maybe if someone out there knows if that happens, you can leave it in a comment. But as far as I can see, I did 3 backups today, and the latest one is the one we just did. So now what I'll do is close this out, and we will now go over and set up our new M4 from scratch. There's several different ways. You can set it up from scratch and just set it up as a brand new machine, or you can use the migration tool, such as using Time Machine to back up from an older machine. And I think you can connect the 2 machines with a cable, either an Ethernet cable or I'm thinking of a Thunderbolt cable, and do it that way between machines. But I like the Time Machine method. I've done it before. So let's go take my hard drive and we'll start setting up the new machine, and then we'll plug the hard drive into the new machine and do a Time Machine backup, or actually restore. Here we go. This is the setup I'm using to transfer the data from my old Mac Mini to the new Mac Mini. And you can see the M2 Mac Mini on the right has the dock on top, which is twice the size of the new Mac Mini. So I'm going to try and use that, but eventually I'll probably get one that's the same size and that maybe might have different ports on it. I also, if you see here, I have my backup hard drive, and there's a dongle here. There's a dongle which is connected to this keyboard and the mouse. And the white mouse is connected to the M2. The black mouse is connected to the M4. That's my setup, and there's my Yeti microphone. Okay, here goes my new M4 Mac Mini Pro. Just starting up for the first time. And we'll see what happens. I have a keyboard and mouse hooked to it. We'll see if that works. But if it does, we're good to go. So let's see. Hello. Guess we have to hit a key. There we go. Now we're gonna want to use English. United States. My mouse is working too. This is all being captured on my old Mac Mini. Preferred languages, English, US. I can't choose here. This is just telling me what was chosen. So we'll say continue. We won't set up the accessibility right now. We're going to select the Wi-Fi network. See if I could find it. There it is. And we'll put the password in. Say continue. Oh, I guess I had to hit enter there and then continue. Data and privacy. Won't check that right now. We'll hit continue. Now here's where it says Migration Assistant from a Mac, a Time Machine backup, or a startup disk. So we're going to pick that. The other option is from a Windows PC. We're going to do it from Time Machine. So let's say continue. And I think we're going to have to plug our hard drive in that we have here from the Mac Mini, the other Mac Mini. Hopefully this will work. Oh, there we go. And we got the backup here. We'll select this drive. And we need a password. I believe I remember the password. We'll see if that works. Unlock. And now here we go. Backups of Joe's Mac Mini. I suppose we have to pick a backup now. So let's click on that. And if you remember when I was doing the backup, oh, there it is from Joes'e Mac Mini. That's the name of my other Mac, my M2 Mac. So let's click that. Say continue. And it says your system needs to be updated. Well, I guess we'll update it. See what happens. I'm glad I was able to capture all of this so that you could see exactly how the setup is right from the start when you turn on your new Mac M4 Mini. Looks like it shouldn't take too long. I'll let it run. If it gets too long, I'll just skip some of this in the video. While we're waiting on this, I'm using the OBS Studio to capture all of this, and I have an adapter. It's an HDMI to USB adapter that I'm running through my other M2 Mac Mini to do the capturing and recording. So I wasn't sure if it was going to work out because I've had problems with Windows machines capturing certain things like BIOS settings and all that, but this seems like it works okay. I have my backup hard drive plugged in with several, well, I have an adapter going into the front of the new Mac Mini, going just into the Type-C port in the front. I don't know if it would have been faster going into Thunderbolt in the back or not, but I figured I wasn't in any real hurry. And I also have a keyboard and mouse combo, a wireless, plugged in into another dock adapter going into the other Type-C port in the front of the in front of the Mac Mini M4. So everything's all plugged in. Looks like we're still going here, so let's just wait a little bit. Oh, just another note, I have a QwizLab Dock on my M2 Mac Mini. It's really a nice dock. I think I have a 2 terabyte SSD in it, SATA SSD. It's got a lot of ports on it. Got an SD card slot and a micro SD card slot. And even though it's a different size, I'm going to try to use that temporarily on my new machine on the M4. I don't see any reason it wouldn't. It just connects with a cable from the C-type port in the dock over to the C-type port in the Mini. So we'll give that a try. After spending a lot of money on this M4, which you can make an argument I really didn't need it with the M2 Pro for what I do, but spending that amount of money, I'm not ready to put out another $100 for a dock for that particular one. So we'll see how the old one works, just connecting it up. Okay, now it looks like the updates are finished. And what it's looking to do now, let's see, select the Mac. Thought we did this already. We'll select the backup. And continue. Enter a password. And the password is in. We'll hit continue. Well, that came up now. See what happens here. And we'll select this one. Okay, so it's asking what we want to back up or what we want to restore. We're going to say all this, everything on there. Let's say continue. Create a password. Okay, we're going to set a password. Here goes the password we need. Give it a shot. Took it that time, I think. We have to agree with the license agreement twice, down there and up here, and starting up. Not sure how long this is going to take, but we'll see. Still starting up. I don't have any idea, because I don't remember when I did this the last time, going from my M1 Mac Mini to my M2, how long it took. But I'm assuming it's going to take a while because it's a full backup of the whole machine. So we'll let it run and we'll see what happens. I'll cut out what we need to just to jump ahead, but for right now I'm going to let it run. Looks like it finally started actually transferring some files, and it's saying 152 hours and 36 minutes remaining. That's crazy. That is really crazy. I'm gonna have to do something else. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll recalculate the time. Oh wait, 22 minutes. 153 hours and 22 minutes. Let's hope that it recalculates the time. We'll see what happens. Since I couldn't believe 154 hours left to finish the updates, I decided to try unhooking my SSD from the front USB-C connector on the Mac Mini and plugged it in one of the back Thunderbolt connections. Boy, what a difference. You can see what kind of difference it made right here in the video. Now it's down to 6 minutes complete. That was pretty quick. And there we got our migration complete. The PC will automatically restart. We got a migration completed. I guess I'm going to see what else we need to do here. Let's see, it wants me to sign into my Apple account. So we have a two-factor authentication thing here. So it looks like we're signed into iCloud. And it says setting up account, file vault disk encryption. Would you like to use file vault to encrypt the disk on your Mac? I'm not sure. Allow my Apple account to unlock my disk. I'm not sure I'm going to want to do that, so I'm going to hit back and back. Well, let's take these off, and then we'll continue. I think we could probably do that later. And there we go, our new Mac is up and running. I still have some setup to do on it, but I'm going to just shut it down for right now, and I'll come back tomorrow because I want to connect my dock up and all. So I'll be able to do that tomorrow. And we'll finish the whole installation. Oh, there's Google. And let's see what happens here. Bitwarden. Here we go, shut down. Oh, let's see if all my apps are there. Looks like they are, pretty much. Maybe not in the same order they were, but it doesn't matter. So that's it. We're just going to shut down for now, and we'll be back in the next section. This is my new setup. As you can see, I'm using the dock from my Mac Mini M2, and I just put that on the desk over to the other side. You can see in the middle there is my SSD for my Time Machine backup, and my microphone. Oh, in the dock you can see I have another dock plugged into the Type-C connector there. What I have plugged into there is the two items that I use for recording. One is my Yeti microphone, and the webcam I have. And there's my new Mac Mini in full bloom with the Sequoia, and working great. There's some of my little toys. Ooh, Goofy fell down. Oh, and I did get my Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. There's the mouse there set up on here. So because when I was setting it up, I was using a different keyboard and mouse combo where I had the plug-in receiver. But this is my normal Bluetooth. This keyboard handles 3 machines. Handles my Windows machine, my Mac, and I have an old desktop, a Gateway desktop. It handles that too. You can switch keyboards or switch machines just on top of the keyboard there. So that's it. It worked out really nice for me. And everything looks like it's pretty much up and running. The only thing I keep getting asked for passwords for different things, so. But I was expecting that, so. Okay. On to the next one. I hope this video will help you if you're planning to do a migration. This will work also if you're doing a laptop to laptop or laptop to mini. So in any case, it'll work on any Mac. Hopefully you won't make the same mistake I did of using the front USB port to connect your backup drive, such as I did. But if you plug it in the back, you're going to get much faster performance in the Thunderbolt. So, till the next video, and hope you can watch some of my other videos. I'll leave a link in the description. Please stay safe, have a great day, a great week and weekend, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.